Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Tonight, I've had a gauntlet thrown down. Many people don't believe that my last series of trucking, which was like 2000 or 2020 to like 2024, I had like over $80 million, I think, by the end. And people were like, nah, you cheated that in. And I'm like, no, I grew it from nothing. I like seriously started the profile. You can watch all the videos. Nobody believes me. So we're going to restart the challenge for 2024 and basically start from scratch. I've built this profile up to level 5, which I feel is a fair, because that's when level 5 is when you can first start buying trucks and take a loan out. So what we have here is my beginner truck. I paid full price for it, which I think these run for about $450 loaded or $45, something like that. I took out a $100,000 loan and I bought the truck and the trailer, and they're the most basic that you can get. I still owe $80,000 and I have $30,000 of the loan left. So in order to grow the business, the first thing that I need to be doing is increasing the size of my home garage and purchasing more trucks for it. Realistically, we're going to have to buy newer trucks for the other drivers to drive because obviously cab overs have not been sold in our country for years. And so this is a vintage truck at this point. And I'm not going to, in real life, you wouldn't just go out and find a bunch of these. Maybe at auctions and stuff you could get them, but I would say that we're looking at buying quote unquote used trucks. We'll go through the dealerships and buy some used trucks for our business. That is something that the game did add in, so we can do that and use those as trucks for our drivers to keep the price down. We'll do some maintenance on them. Now, they can be in sort of rough shape. If we're driving it, things like the engine shuts off, the transmission stops working, but that doesn't happen for the company drivers. They're not going to know the difference of a very damaged truck or a very new truck. So we can buy some older used trucks and then refurbish them over time, but we'll get the money built up and we should be able to get them running. So anyway, it is time to get started. Javius is going to load in here and we're going to get rolling. We will have some chat coming in from Twitch also, because that keeps the chat rolling. But I just wanted to introduce the series here. So this is the truck that we're going to be using, and we are going to get underway here with the first job, and then we'll take a look at the garage management. Hopefully I'll have some money, and we'll be able to put some stuff together. So we'll be right back. Javius and I are on our way to go pick up a load, and I'm going to jump into my cab here and get the engine started. How far west? We're looking in Arizona right now. We'll be looking at Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming. So the truck is started. I need to turn my lights on. This is the problem with the Logitech side panel. It's that stupid double press that it does. All right. What's up, QB Austin? Already the trip is going great. I'm going to show everybody how we're going to make lots of money by getting stuck. I'm hooked on the gas pump. I'm going to have to back out. I didn't get in here straight, and so now my truck is stuck on the pump. I'm going to go around the long way, Javius, just to get clear here of all this stuff.
Okay.
I have had a very relaxing Friday. I slept in. My wife and I stayed up super late last night. I was on the phone with Ryan. He was having some issues at work. And so we were talking, and we both went to bed about 2. And the baby slept in. And since we neither of us have to be anywhere today, we were like, well, I did all my work yesterday. I had a drone shoot and a house that I had to edit. Well, I photographed it and then edited it. And so I did that yesterday and I got all my work done. I finished up about midnight and then talked to Ryan until 2. Great, where's the exit? And so I ended up getting up at about 10 o'clock this morning along with my wife and the baby. She slept till 10 too. We all slept in, so it was a nice day. We just hung out. I made breakfast. We hung out. I made sausages and eggs, and we had that for breakfast, and then we played Minecraft all day. So it was relaxing. It was a nice day off. Wedding season starts soon, so Saturdays are going to be a thing of the past. Fernan. So yeah, that's the only thing I got to worry about is the weddings. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that, but... Oh, that's not fun. Who are you babysitting? Beavertown? That's odd. I'm not getting my... I wonder how many speeds this has. I thought this had 18 speeds. Probably not. We'll have to see. Cowboying. My wife's going to definitely do some ranch stuff, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. We'll see. Now that one's working, so maybe this 16 speeds? I'm trying to figure out what this is. Oh, well, that's fun, Beavertown. Mining for gold. Or looking for buried treasure. Yeah. Looking for Montezuma's treasure. The treasure of Montezuma. What's up, J1? Javis, are you behind me?
Yes.
Oh, how did that happen? El Dorito.
I listened to the GPS.
Oh. Oh, did it tell you to get on the freeway there? I saw that. I didn't. Mine changed when I pulled out.
No, it told me to go straight across and then took me left around the block, which put me behind you when I should have just turned right.
Right. But you wouldn't know because we've never been here before, you know? It's not like it's your fault. El Dorado. I like El Dorito better. Especially if it's the Dorito taco. It's good stuff.
All right, that's so creepy.
What's
You're
that?
Driving through my trailer.
Oh. Well, you have a trailer?
I have ripples, actually.
I don't see any trailers on you.
I don't. You're driving through them.
Oh.
Somehow you advanced farther than me, and you're a level higher, which is why you could buy a trailer.
Right, right. Yeah, eventually I'm not high enough level to get the doubles, but eventually this kind of truck that I'm running with the single axle, a lot of times they run doubles. I don't know why that is, aside from maybe weight distribution. That way you can pull just as much, but it splits it up between the axles of the trailer and the truck. I did not hit that target there. That wasn't very good. I got a bit of an issue here with my headphone cable. I use these headphones all the time. I don't know why this is an issue tonight, but it's getting tangled on my arm. Crap. Wrong way. Oh, now I can see your trailer. Oh, now I can't see my trailer. Go ahead and pull forward, James, and then I'll try again. Hi, Emmy. Haley. Emily? Nice to see ya. Oh, wow. That is a big trailer full. Okay, let me get back in here. I think
Look at
I'm
that
straight.
Moon.
Big bad moon.
Look out your left window.
I don't see it. I'll check out. I'll jump out and see it in a second.
Well, when you drive around the
Well, I'm still not lined
complex
up.
here, you'll see it.
What? Big bad moon coming out tonight. Do you think you're gonna? Actually, these trucks have a pretty good power, don't they?
Mine does.
Yeah, it should.
You said I could do whatever I wanted, so I put all my money into the engine. I mean, not that it's that big at level 4. It's only 425 horse, but...
Parking brake on and loading the trailer. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so did the game get you? I'm assuming your name is I'm Haley. Is that correct? Was it the game that got you interested in doing trucking, or were you trucking and it got you interested in the game? Yeah, and don't watch me for tips. When you're backing up, take a drone with you and look out the window that way. Look at that moon. All right, so now I'm going to turn the engine on, start the engine, parking brake off.
You want to lead, sir?
For a little bit, we could trade off. That's fine. These trucks, I usually try to keep it around. I know you're going to love this.
Ridiculously slow.
Yeah, I like 55, 60, because that's what they would run at.
That's fine.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. It's a good career, Haley. It's a tough career for sure, but it's a good career. And everybody that I know that does it usually loves it. As long as you have the right employer, that seems to be the big trick, is finding the right, working for the right company, you know. Because a bad company can make for a very bad experience. Oh snap! Now we're gonna park for the night, JVS. If you want to pull, where are you? Oh, you're out. Okay, let me get up there to you.
I'm out, ready to turn onto the road.
You said this any place. Well, if you can start working for yourself too, that's a good one too. There's stresses with that too, though. Trust me, I know. Not about the trucking world, but just working for yourself. There's all kinds of pressure. But some people just have that knack, and they just make money doing it, you know. So
I could do the driving part of it.
Yeah, the management part's the hard.
It's the dealing with the BS of the freight forwarders and agents and customers and shippers and other drivers and.
All right, so we're gonna stop for the night.
And the government.
10-4 rubber duck. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to set. It's going to be 5. Oh, magically, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how that happened, but it is. And I'm going to go ahead and start her up again. Electric's on. Engine started. Lights on. All right, Javes. You can go ahead for the start because I'm already like behind you. Look at this length of that truck. That's hilarious. Dang the Gooberman. Yep, Javius and I are running Freightliners tonight. This is our...
Excuse me?
I mean Kenworth.
Kenworth.
Sorry. Kenworth.
Sir.
Kenworth. And this is our restarting our... This is for 2024. We've restarted. I'm at level 5. I've got $29,000 and a $60,000 loan. And I'm going to prove to everybody that within a year or two, we'll have multiple millions of dollars. Yeah, it's the K100E. Not Freightliner, not Peterbilt.
I can almost forgive the Peterbilt, but...
Oops, I made a mistake. Sorry, what's up, Mr. Enigma? They might have been TR Summers. I mean, it's a good place to advertise because you got people that are interested in trucks. And obviously doing it for free, so hey, we'll pay you to do it. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think our country is in need of truckers right now. So nobody wants to do it. It's good to see you, Mr. Enigma. How are you? Things have been better on this end of town. It's been a little bit crazy. A little nuts. But, yeah, for those of you that didn't hear the whole story, first of all, my wife lost the barn. We had the owner of the property decided that he wanted us not to be doing it anymore. I don't know if he's going to sell the property or what's going on, but He was being fussy about stuff, and so he basically kicked my wife out. And after a couple days, he's like, "Can you come back?" And she's like, "No." Bite me. And so, by the way, we're going to be going up into Sandpoint, Idaho, and up around the northern corner. We're going to end up in northern Montana. So, I wish I could pay you to sponsor I wish I could pay you as a sponsor. Right now, I got a couple $100 in the bank, so it's not too bad. But then again, I got thousands of dollars of bills, so things are pretty bad right now. Anyway, so that was my point. We've lost the barn. We have no income right now. Things are starting to pick up a little bit for work, but Moni's having a good time being home, and that's the important part. So yeah, it really sucks. But anyway, yeah, he was begging her to come back, but she's like, you know what? I want to be with the baby. But then also, just not time for only feet. God, no. But then on top of that, it's like I've been having a hard time paying my mortgage, and we've been behind several times, and my ex-wife is still on my mortgage. God, come on. Am I slipping? I'm slipping. Hold on a second here. Let me. There we go. Okay. There. I pressed the wrong button. I don't remember where I put my diff lock button. I gotta find it. I don't know. That's something there. All right. Anyway, but yeah, we lowered it. I put it in crawler. I don't know how Javius got it. Oh, he's got 2 wheels. That's right. He's got 4x6. Anyway, so my ex-wife is still on my mortgage, and it's been 8 years. And part of our deal was that she would be off the mortgage within 2 years, and that hasn't happened. 6x4, sorry. 4x6, 6x4. 4x6 is impossible, right? And so anyway, so it's not fair to her, but that means that I have to sell. So I don't have the money to get refinanced. I do have a decent amount of equity in the house. So we should be able to get some money out of it, but not enough to buy like another house like this. So I think what's going to end up happening, and this is what we were talking about earlier in the stream, we're definitely going to have to sell and move in the next couple months. And I think what we're going to do, we've been looking around and trying to figure out if we, different scenarios with different amounts that we could possibly get from equity. We are thinking of possibly moving to somewhere out west, buying a parcel of land, and just getting a double wide. And no, I want to get out. You know what, Jaywa? If I gotta move and lose my house and everything, I'm gonna go where I want to go. I've always wanted to live out west. I love it out there. I love the mountains. I love the forest and the deserts and stuff. And I'm sick of Ohio. So you said yes, thank you. So yeah, because I know you're out there. So I'm thinking of moving a little bit more away from here and just starting over again. And yeah, I love it out there. Every time I go out west, I feel like I'm coming home. So I'd like to spend my last years out there, and so we're gonna. Well, I know they have snakes. I know we were talking about that. I'm like, we're gonna have to really continually go through our property and make sure that we're keeping snakes, under control, because that's a big issue. Also, you have yeah, it's the country, right? Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, I like the double wide idea, actually. I might actually get a double wide and then another single for my office. Depending on, we have to see what the regulations are and stuff, because some places, they don't let you do that. You have to make sure that your structures are proper and what they say. But it wouldn't be a second residence. It would be an office building, like an extension of our residence. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be happening in the next couple months, and I'm ready. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, I've been in the house for 15 years, and I owe a decent amount, but the house is worth about double and a half what I paid for it. Plus, it's got a brand new roof. It's got brand new siding. It's got a brand new tankless water heater. It's got what else does it have? We did a bunch of stuff, like new front and back doors, new deck and patio. Yeah, so there's a lot of oh, we're already in Sandpoint. Look at that. It has a lot of new stuff, and it's yeah. And our house is only $2,100. Well, with the basement, it's more like $2,600, but it comes with a chicken coop. Yeah, they could do it if they want. We added the fence in. We fenced in the yard. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that it's got, like all kinds of quote-unquote amenities. Now, it does need work, though, too, but houses in our area right now that are this size are going for about $400 to $450. And I owe about $130 or $140, so we should, walk away with at least $100. So you can buy. We were looking in St. John's, Arizona, right now. They have ranch size. Yeah, yes, big tall man. They have ranch size. They have 30 to 40 acre plots for $30,000. So we can get that, put a trailer on it, get the utilities put in, and maybe even build a barn for Moni and her horses. So yep. Well, I'm thinking about. That's the plan. I don't know that that's what's going to end up happening, but that's what we're aiming for. So we'll see. Well, and that's what we're looking at. But the good news is there's literally some of these places there's no neighborhood. Right. It's just out there. So, but yeah, we'll have to look. We definitely are going to do some research on where we're going, because it's like you said, I don't know the area, so I'm going to have to talk to people about like what's out there. Yeah, we're trying to find, like, St. John's is a little bit more forested and not desert, which is what we're looking for. Right, and you have to see you got to see where the rain runs. Though usually you can see the ditches and stuff, but yeah. Oh, our property just washed away. Yeah. Mountain Man. Mountain Man. I still refuse to use the word gaming, because every single person that has a gaming channel puts gaming in their name. So it'll just be Mountain Man. Or as my brother-in-law used to call me, Arthur, King of the Hill People. How's it going up there, Javius?
Going fine. Some slow poke in front of me.
Yeah. It's the Kutiani River. Remember to play the mountain music. Yeah, that's definitely... Well, the good news is if we're setting up camp there, we can probably just move it if it's a problem. No, we had a friend, we used to call it... We had some friends named the Valix. And look at how pretty that is. Yeah, see, I want to live like there. And they bought a 7-acre plot in Lodi, Ohio, and it's so funny. It would just flood like crazy up front. Like literally, when it rained, you couldn't. Oh, red light. You couldn't see the driveway, and we would always call it Lake Valak, and they hated that. I owe you some barbecue. All right. I haven't barbecued in a while. Oh, that'd be cool.
Either. I should pull a brisket out of the freezer when we're done.
I mean, we could do Kentucky too, but Jaywa, I wanna go out west. I don't like the South. No offense if you're from the South. It's not for me. It's too humid. I like dry climates. And I like desert and I like mountains. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the South. It's not for me. Every time I've been there, I've been like, I could not live here. In fact, the only thing that's right. Yeah, like I don't dislike it, but I could never live there. It's too hot. There's too much traffic. Everybody's crammed along the coast. It's like.
See, what I love about the South is the people.
Well, yeah, the people are great. The people are great. We say we'll rise again, dadgummit. It's time for some VR. So no, I should be careful how I say that. I love the people from the South. My aunt lives in Texas. She used to live in Louisiana. And I've got lots of friends that live all over the South. But it's just, I can't do the humidity. I already struggle in Ohio with the humidity here, and it's like half what it is down south. And I can't handle the traffic either. I remember sitting for 5-6 hours and going 2 miles in Atlanta, and I'm like, I do not know how people do this on a daily basis. Okay. Like I literally start shooting people.
Atlanta's not the South.
Well, it's half of Georgia.
But it's not the South that I'm talking about.
It's half of Georgia. Yeah, Florida.
We should have went to Savannah instead.
Yeah, and the pollen fog, right? Yeah, and here's the thing too. Yeah, like when I go to the south and I go to Florida, the only part of Florida that I like is the beach. So it's like I couldn't just live in Florida. So I just to me, go ahead.
My daughter lived in Arizona for a while.
Yeah. Did she like it?
And yes. But you'll have allergic reactions to things that you
didn't know you were allergic to,
allergic
right?
to.
Yeah, I said I have friends that say junipers are really bad out there, I guess.
The fauna or flora or whatever, the plant life is just so vastly different than what you have on the East Coast.
Right.
Or the Midwest.
Man, you are flying through here. Jeez. I'm trying to keep up, and
you know what the trick is?
What's that?
Don't look in the mirrors. The trailers will follow.
People planted a bunch of maple trees. Yeah, the pollen is murder.
65. I was trying to do 60, but
try to keep it at 55. Pollen is murder for me.
Yeah, we know.
Well, I don't know what it is, because whatever it is just literally the 15th of May to the 15th of June, and after that I'm fine. But whatever it is during that period, which I don't think it's necessarily the tree, it might be dogwood. I don't know, but just that specific thing is what kills me.
Rain.
Yeah, it is raining. We're entering Troy. So, yeah, I want to go somewhere where it's dry and has mountains in the background. That's what I want. I want my backyard to be a postcard. I don't care if I got a little house or whatever. Plus, I'd like to fly my RC airplane, so having sunny, warm weather all year makes it so that you can fly more often. And here's the big thing of the whole big picture of it. I personally am tired of owing everybody money and being behind the 8 ball and not being able to pay it. So if we can sell our house, purchase the land, I know you still have to pay taxes, but if we can purchase the land, put a cheap double wide on there, and live like that for a little while so that we can start making money again instead of just owing everybody money, I think life will be a little less stressful, and I'll own my where I live. I'm not going to have to deal with mortgages and mortgage companies and being behind, and I don't want that anymore. I would rather have something small that has a roof. You know, my big problem is internet. I'm going to have to figure that out. Hey, we'll see you, Mr. Enigma. we'll be around. We'll be around. You'll get updates. So anyway, I'm hoping to find something where, we'll be able to still have good internet. I'm not too worried about that. Once again, if everything's paid off, it's like we just need minimal income, and that's what I'm trying to work towards. So we'll get work. I'll have to visit the local realtors around the area, and if we can get fiber, that'd be great. I don't know about a lean-to. I'd like to have like some heating and cooling.
TP.
What's that?
Get a TP.
We might be living out of a tent for a couple months while we put it all together. Enter button. There we go. So how much money did you make from that trip? JVS, how much are you going to make on this trip?
A little over 7,000, I think.
Okay, so mine's 4,000, so it's like they're hurting me because I'm just a small truck.
I was like 66,000 pounds.
Okay, so I need to. Whoa,
7,753.
Savage Garden. Give me a home where the buffalo roam and the skies are not cloudy all day. Oh. Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, or any word for that matter, because nobody really lives around there. So I'm gonna get a rifle and hunt elk, and we're gonna eat elk jerky. My wife's never had beef jerky, and I told her she wouldn't. She doesn't like chewy stuff. I'm like, you won't like beef jerky. Like I can guarantee it, it will not be a like. It'll be a negative. Get fresh.
And that's going to be some. Hey Arthur,
Yeah?
I know funds are an issue, but maybe you should take her there before you move there.
Well, yeah. I mean that too. Before we would buy anything, we would go look at it. I'm not gonna, buy a piece of land and not see it first.
I've never been to England, but from everything I've seen and read, Arizona is pretty much the polar opposite.
It is. Absolutely. England is, temperate and wet. Well, it depends on what part of Arizona you're in, but yeah, it is opposite. I think Moni will like it, though. Whenever she sees it, she's like, ooh. Arizona has good tea. Yes, they do. I can tell Javius is busting the speed limit. You know how? Because I'm going 57 and I'm not catching him.
I am not. I'm doing under 50 at the moment.
I think my issue is it takes me a while to get up the hills, so you're still getting ahead of me.
Well, I have more horsepower, I think.
Yep, it's really hard to miss you, though, that's for sure. Oh, Lord. All right, we are all shifted down. I'm going to let you go ahead again. That is a serious truck train. Look at my little box truck. I think we're where we're supposed to be, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, no, we're still an hour away.
I see Kalispell on the GPS, where we've already been.
Yep. So, the mountains that are in Montana, that's not part of the Rocky Mountain Range, is it?
Yes, they have multiple mountain ranges.
Okay.
The Rockies are on the western part.
Oh, they are on the western part. Okay.
And now that you mentioned it, I'm trying to remember what they were, because I watch Welker's Farms, and they could see the Rockies to the west and some other mountains to the east, and I just can't remember the name of them.
Ah. Because the Cascades are New York. The Cascade Mountains are California. And that's what runs from
they're between the Rockies and the coast.
Okay. Are they in Wyoming?
Probably the Cascades? No.
Oh, no, I meant Welker.
Welker, yes. No, not Wyoming, sorry. Montana.
Okay. Okay, so we're in Montana, so that... Wait, is Welker Farm in here? Hello,
it is
Patrick.
not in the base game.
Okay. Oh, because it's a mod.
Pro Mods, I think, has it.
Okay. Oh, Shelby. Okay.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. There's my beautiful truck for those of you that didn't see it at the beginning of the stream. It might be little, but it's hauling. Ding, ding. And we're going to be driving this truck for quite a while because I need to buy other trucks for my garage. That's the next step, is to buy 1 or 2 more trucks. So we need to see what's out there in the market and then purchase one.
You should be able to drive this truck to the end game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's no reason why, because if your company's making money for you, you don't need a big truck. You can drive whatever you want. Heck, you don't even have to drive. You can just sit in the game and they make money.
But this truck, you can extend the chassis. You can go to the 6 or the 3 axle truck.
I just stall.
I mean, I'm at 425 horse already. You can definitely get bigger once you get more levels.
Now, I think, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't think people necessarily extend their chassis. Like, what the truck has is usually what it stays with. The engine, they do upgrade their engines, though.
I've always felt that was a flaw in this game.
That you can change the chassis once you decide what it is.
I could just take the truck that was the same chassis as you had, and I just popped in the garage and made it the one I have now.
Right.
Is unrealistic.
Very. I stalled again. Come on.
Looks like we're gonna have a left turn up here, so I'm not sure if you're behind me or.
Yep, I'm right behind you. I just gave myself some distance so I could creep up instead of having to ride the clutch on the hill. Burn out my clutch. No, the load's good. This is the right... I mean, I could probably do with even a second pup trailer on the back, which is what I want to do eventually. Can you sell trailers? You can sell trailers that you bought, right?
I think so.
I'll probably just put this in my garage. Nah, it's so small. I don't know if it's worth keeping once it's time to upgrade. I have to get up several levels, though, because I don't have enough levels right now to buy the longer trailers.
So here's the question, Arthur. Do you pay off your truck and then borrow money to get another truck and driver first, or do you go for trailers first?
Trailers are last.
Because you make more money with trailers you own than...
You do, but it's... Oops.
Move over.
It's not enough to make it worth buying the trailers at first. Eventually, yes. But I also find that it seems like the guys can get more high-paying jobs if you just let them find jobs.
Not buying trailers for them, Buying trailer for yourself.
Oh, right. The next thing that I'm going to do is to get drivers driving for me.
Red light.
So I need 2 more trucks, and I'm not worried about trailers for a while. This is enough for us to make some money. I mean, we took the very cheapest job just to see how it would run, but it's fine. So I feel like the next step is to get some trucks out there. We can take longer jobs and get this truck going. So, yep, this is once again, the profile has, I'm level 5. I went to level 5 so I could buy a trailer. I took out a $100,000 loan and bought the truck and the trailer. I have $30,000 left. And that's where we're at. And I still owe 80.
I'm level 4. Have an upgraded truck, no trailer, and I took out a smaller loan.
How much?
$50,000.
Oh, okay. Can you take a $50,000 loan? Or did you just pay back 50? They have a 50 loan, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like 50, 100, and then 500.
Because before I upgraded this truck, I was about $12,000 away from being able to pay off my loan.
Just look the engine.
Red light.
Woo, train.
I know you're still in a different zip code because you're behind me, but
I'm like 7 miles behind you with all these trailers.
green light.
That's almost like Australia, mate. Those trucks in Australia, it's crazy how long those are. Like with the 3 full-size trailers. Would you say they're probably double the length of what you're pulling? Seems like.
Oh, easily. Because 2 20-footers.
Oh, pretty. I love this area.
Your lane ends.
Okay. You're clear. Pardon me.
But most trucks in this country aren't running 40-foot trailers anymore.
Right.
More like 53s, I think.
Yep. The only ones that are doing that are like UPS and the post office, like the postal service. Patchwork got jumped by the owner. What happened? Was he like, hey, you can't leave? Oh, 253s. Yeah, that's pretty huge. So he's saying they pull 253s in Canada on the turnpike. Yes, Ohio does 3, like what JVS has. Ohio allows 3 trailers, but only on the turnpike. Same deal. Here's the Flathead River.
New York allows 2 full-size full-length trailers on the throughway.
Oh, that's cool. That's not.
Got a left turn coming up.
Ooh, we have a delivery in Glacier. Oh, I love it here.
Is this one of the places where we're not going to get fined for going into?
If you have a job in there, then they don't fine you. Otherwise, they will.
I never understood that one in California. The California-Nevada border.
That's because it's like by Lake Tahoe. Was that the one?
I think so. It's like, well, why do you have the road if I'm not supposed to drive on it?
Right. You can drive on it if you don't have a trailer on. Ooh. Yeah, well, you're human. People make mistakes. How much money do you think you cost them? Like $5? $1 million? Which it's Friday. I'm going home to be with my family. I'm sorry I missed something. But I do. Oh God, I'm shifting like a monkey. Speaking of to err as human. Okay, what the heck? Now we're moving.
You are a great encouragement for me buying a shifter.
What, do you have one?
No. Although
I love
said
it.
that
I
about
just
Star Citizen for how long, and you've got me into that one.
That's right. Your wife must hate me. All the money.
She has no idea what I spend on this stuff.
Is that? Are you sometimes tempted, Patchwork, to say like, "Okay, then fire me," because he knows he can't get rid of you. Oh yeah, that's true, Big Tall Man. They do. They very similar. Some of them are even bigger. The engines that are in boats are. I mean, I've seen engines as big as that school bus in a boat before. Giant 6-cylinder diesel. It's like when it runs, it's like.
So Arthur, this profile. Is this something we only use when we're driving together?
No,
Or
you're
is
free
this
to use it.
something
You
we
can do whatever
can-
you want with it. Not at all. For me, I'm going to try to YouTube as much of it as possible, but that's just for my truck. If you want to run it, you can. That's fine. And I may run this
Okay,
sometimes off of YouTube too.
I don't like want to get light years ahead of you, but
Right. I'll let you drop your load first, and then I'll go in.
excuse me.
There you go. Oh, that's cool. They used to repair them for the boots. The boots.
Still not level 5.
Oh, close. So is he going to take it out of your salary?
3/4 of the way.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Did that make you jump?
No,
Oh, dang.
it's like quiet as a church mouse.
Beep. Just a decimal error. Just but a scratch. Depends on how much they had with you. If they've got like 10,000 and you lost them 5,000, well, they probably aren't going to be too
Like
happy
a
about
truck
it.
rodeo.
But if it's a little loss in a year of gains, well, it'll come back with time. That's the only thing that's hard about those, it's people's money and it's tough, So sometimes you got to go at it with no conscience, which is like, I don't know if you ever saw the Wolves of Wall Street. I can't recommend it. It is like a porn fest, but it's got some good, like insight into just the mentality of brokers and what jerks they are in general. And they just, like there are definitely predatory brokers out there. Not that they're all like that. A lot of them want to help people and stuff, but some people just don't care. All they care about is getting the money. And yeah, that's cool. Like till they get caught up. That's fair. So I'm cheating because it's a in the hole situation. In real life, I would consider buying a drone. If I was going to do this as like a trucker, I would consider getting a drone and using the drone to check the backing just to make sure everything was good. Because seeing it like this makes it a lot easier. When you say he, T.R. Summers, you're talking about in that movie, or? All right, so parking brake on. And we're going to disconnect the... Oh, no, I don't disconnect the trailer. I just turn the engine off. Okay, engine's off, and we're going to press the following button to unload the trailer. Ta-da. Okay, yeah. They're selling junk bonds, basically. Companies that haven't been vetted. I just went to level 7. Companies that... hang on a second. companies that do legitimate trading usually have some, pretty due diligence that they have to pay attention to the companies that they're putting in the portfolio. Whereas these junk bonds that he was selling were like you saw the one tech company. It was basically a shed, out somewhere in the middle of Indiana. There was no actual company there, but they were trading it like there was, and that's illegal. And that's why he had the FEC or whatever investigating him. Big Haul Man, wait a minute. Is this a coincidence, or is this Big Tall Man, but just with a different... Anyway, all right, so let's... here we go. So we're level 7 now. Ladies and gentlemen watching on the tube. I'm going to do all these. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Wow, that's crazy. Big Haul Man and Big Tall Man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as we're going to start building the company. In the next video, we're going to look at buying some trucks and trying to get some drivers working for us. I may not have enough money to do that. In fact, I'm pretty positive I don't. But I might stretch another loan out and do it that way. So let's go ahead and do that. But ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we will be back next time.